Alrighty, here we are live. It is the Postgame show. It's Brian Smith, Jason Martinez. After the Flyers fall in the shootout. Oh, a shootout. I hate the shootout.
Yeah, it's been happening. Not been good to the Flyers for 15 years now. It's crazy. I don't know what it is.
Since the inception of the stupid shootout.
It's they're by far the lowest team in the league in terms of winning percentage in the shootout. I don't know what it is. It's just it's one of those things, I guess.
Yeah, and and I don't dislike it because the Flyers aren't bad at it. I dislike it because it's just not hockey. But that's a whole nother rant that we don't need to go on.
Yeah.
I mean, frankly, the team's lucky that they got away from this game with a point.
Yes, absolutely.
And good on them for battling back in the third period. Konechny gets the power play goal with the goaltender pulled to get them within one, and then the Giroux goal to get it tied off that play off the end boards, which is a great play. And you could tell he tried to kind of temper his enthusiasm in scoring that goal, but he couldn't.
I was going to say that's the most excited I've seen him to score a goal, and I'm not sure how long. Like obviously the goal that he scored against Pittsburgh in the outdoor game to win that was probably the biggest goal that Claude Giroux scored in the last 3 years. But even then, it was a different kind of celebration.
Yeah,
it was not the Pittsburgh celebration of 2012 or anything like that. So yeah, that caught my eye. I was kind of happy to see that.
Yeah, and it was just an explosion of, oh my God, we've battled back. And then to get it to the overtime, and they had some opportunities in overtime, but they got in that one shift, and it was Lawton, Lindblom, and Ellis with 3 minutes left in the overtime, and they didn't get the puck back until about a minute left.
Right, yeah.
And that's what happens. It can be possession. If you can repossess the puck, you get stuck, and you get the long change, and that made it really difficult for them.
I mean, they were trying to be careful about it. I can tell that they, you don't want to make the mistake that results in the puck in the back of your net. At the same time, though, you have to give Vancouver a little bit of credit because they didn't try to force anything, and they were almost, almost like they were trying to play for the shootout. I'm sure it's no secret that the Flyers struggle in it, but again, it was just too long. You're right. It was a good 2 minutes of just them holding the puck and winding time down. And this team, until they can get to the point where they are, relatively consistent in shootouts, in that situation, I don't mind you pinching. I don't mind you trying to force the turnover, trying to figure out a way to get it done in overtime.
Yeah, because you're watching, you want to go, okay, pressure the puck, force the turnover.
Right.
But if you do that, you're just so outnumbered, and it's why I don't love the 3-on-3 either, because it just doesn't resemble hockey in total, right? And and the fact that the other team can pull it out of the zone and you can't change, and they can get fresh troops on the ice. And the 3-on-3, the spirit of the 3-on-3 when it initially came in was right, but then it got coached.
Yeah, it's true.
And coaches know how to ruin it.
The original purpose was to prevent as many shootouts as we've been getting.
Yeah, and go up and down the ice in odd man chances and end it with a goal that happens in exciting fashion. Now, I know AV spoke, and I was reading some quotes, and he cited two of the goals by Carter as being, bizarre goals, and we went through them in the other, during the one intermission, and they were, the one off the block from Provorov off the end boards and then off him and in, and then the fourth goal, I think it was the chase-on goal, is another bizarre one. But the one thing he did cite, though, was the penalties that they took.
Yeah,
and it's the same thing we cited. They got to be more disciplined.
Yep, you got it. Well, and those penalties too, they weren't even disciplined penalties. I don't think they were just you can't. Yeah, they were kind of I don't want to say brain fart, but just they were just little mistakes that you can't make. The delay of game penalty was barely eligible to be one. It was very high in the zone.
Yeah.
But you just have to be aware of where you are and what you're doing with the puck. I did not see what led to the too many men on the ice penalty. That was done and gone before I got a chance to look at it. So I don't know what that was. But again, it's just maybe it's a new group, a little bit of miscommunication on a penalty killing situation. I don't know. I think those will work themselves out. But we've been hammering this for years. Is that the 2 points tonight are just as important as the 2 points in March. And if you lose too many points at this time of year, find running one way in March and you're trying to get back in. So again, it happens. It's just a matter of making sure it doesn't happen again on Monday night.
Yeah, and the thing, sometimes on a penalty kill, a guy thinks he's coming to the bench for a change, but then the circumstance on the ice changes and he peels away, doesn't come, and the other guy doesn't get the message quick enough, and now you've got too many men on the ice.
Right, exactly.
So that's kind of how that happens.
And maybe it's a matter, you got to read, these guys read each other's intentions, and a lot of them aren't familiar maybe yet with how they react in game situations like that.
Yeah.
It happens, and they'll come. But again, it's tough to swallow when you do it too many times in a row, which is what led to the circumstances tonight.
Yeah. Only one other team from the division in action tonight. That was the New Jersey Devils. It was their first game tonight as well. And Dougie Hamilton picked up an assist in his debut with the Devils. Jack Hughes, who's a budding star in this league, picked up 2 goals. And they got an OT win over the Chicago Blackhawks, did the New Jersey Devils. So that's the only other Metropolitan Division team matchup tonight. Now, the question, too, is, moving forward, what can you take from this game moving forward? And, you're looking to start building foundational blocks here, right?
Yep.
And, so some of the goals were quirky and that were scored against Carter Hart. But I think that the things that I would take going forward are, is those detail plays and the penalties. Mm-hmm. Stay out of the box. PK still has to get better. But also, one good thing you can take out of it is the start of this game.
Yes, absolutely.
Replicate that.
That's the number one takeaway for me is the start of this game, the energy the Flyers had out of the gate, and remembering, how that got to that point and making sure you can replicate it consistently over the course of a season when you don't have fire at the Zamboni tunnel at the introductions and everybody doesn't skate out in front of 19,000 people that have not been together in way too long. Eventually this is going to become commonplace again, crowds like this, and the key is just to make sure that they can consistently get that energy off the start that they had tonight, and then the other stuff to me will clean itself up. The power play was very impressive tonight. It basically created the first goal, which is still even strength, and of course it got the one at the end. And really, it's a power play unit that led to the game-tying goal. Yeah. Obviously, the PK might still need a little bit of fine-tuning, but again, I'm not going to get too worried about that after game 1. I think that will come. And they're going to go to the video and see what did work and what didn't work, and it's going to improve.
Yeah, and I thought TK was really good in the game. I thought he was around the puck a lot. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
That's one of the guys we talked about pregame that, I certainly had a spotlight on. I got a question on Twitter from a guy named Matt, and he just said, how many games in should we start to worry about Carter Hart's confidence and overall play? We're one game in, a couple, and they were weird goals.
No, they were, absolutely. Yeah, bizarre goals. And you got to remember, too, the Flyers are down at least 2 regulars in Ristolainen and Hayes.
Yeah.
They're nursing quite a few bumps and bruises along the way here. So I think, again, to see a Max Willman out there getting his first game tonight, that was fantastic. Thrilled for him. But the Flyers will be a better overall unit when Kevin Hayes is in the lineup. They'll be a better overall unit when Rasmus Ristolainen is in the lineup. And we were, one of the things we're talking about is six D-men on 3 pairings playing together consistently, and establishing that regularity. And that's going to take, even if everybody's healthy, that's going to take at least 5 games, if not 10.
Yeah.
So it's coming. I still think it's coming. I think there are a lot of good things you saw tonight that are evidence that it's coming, and it's just a matter of this is October. Obviously, every point's still important, but you don't panic in October, I don't think.
Yeah, you're not panicking at what happened tonight. You take stock of some of the things that didn't go right, and you make adjustments, and you also take stock of what did go right. And the fact that they did pick themselves up off the mat in the third period is a big part of that. And, you move forward, and that's what they're going to do. It's 1 of 82. I'm not trying to minimize what happened tonight. A lot of it was self-inflicted wounds, but hey, they move forward. They're back at it on Monday. We'll see if Carter Hart's in the net on Monday or whether they go with Martin Jones against the Seattle Kraken. We'll get our first look at the Kraken coming up on Monday night, and then it'll be Boston and Florida on this 4-game homestand before they head out on the road. So let's put a bow on this one, Schmitty. We'll be back Monday. We'll have pregame for you live here from what's this called again? The East
Food Hall is where we're at. We're behind sections 115 to 116. So
I feel like I should be going to my dorm. I had dinner at the East Food Hall. So we'll be here Monday.
Yeah, we'll be here Monday.
6:30 pregame.
We're going to be on 97.5 The Fanatic for the full pregame and the full postgame. So if you are having a good time and want to come out a little bit early, and just join us whenever you can, whether it's on the radio, on the stream, here in person. We're going to be doing this all year long, and we'd love to have you a part of it. So Monday is our first big foray into doing this full-time on the air.
Full-time on the air Monday on 97.5 The Fanatic. We got a few people to thank before we get out of here. Our engineers back at the station, Ryan Shuttlesworth and Betsy here on site. Rodney here on site helping out as well. And we'll be back Monday for the return of Dave Hackstall and the debut of the Seattle Kraken. Everybody, thanks for hanging. Flyers go down 5-4 in the shootout against the Vancouver Canucks to open the season. We'll be back Monday for the Flyers and the Kraken game number 2. Have a great night. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you on Monday.
All right.